Demo Dive, where I live stream myself digging through Steam's demo tag to sort the trash from the treasure. I'm CB, and I'm only about halfway recovered from a week that involved way too much human-coded day job overtime. Sorry for the abrupt so-called vacation. I just did not have the spoons for any of my usual shenanigans, given everything that was happening in the human-coded world. While I am in no way ready for the new work week to begin, even if it does end a little early because of Good Friday, I do at least have a spoon to share for an interactive fiction investigative puzzle sort of thing. Now, it's possible that at least one of my regular viewers knows this one already, so it likely holds no secrets for them. They're the ones who recommended it to me, after all. It's called the Ratline by Owlskip Games, who seem to specialize in the interactive fiction investigative puzzle sphere. The Ratline is set in 1971 and involves hunting down Nazi fugitives and solving the murder of a priest. So, while I'm not expecting a wake-up dead man sort of thing, I do think it'll be right up my proverbial alley. Also, Lucas Pope, the creator of Papers, Please and Return of the Obra Dinn, apparently loves it, which makes it a pretty solid recommendation, if it being recommended by someone whose tastes I trust wasn't enough. So, let's see how much this is my kind of thing, shall we? Sitting comfortably? Good. Then we'll begin. Actually, while I was getting my setup done, I got my very first achievement, because apparently somewhere in the background of this there is a snoring dog. I don't know. Don't ask me. Let's see, settings. Hints, yes. Phone auto dial. I'll leave it at no for now. Frame rate 16. Noir mode in game, but you don't say what any of it means. Ah, I see. Dog. We'll crank up some volume on dog, I guess. Although, there must have been some volume on dog if I got an achievement for dog snoring. Letting the dog snore. I'm sure I'll find out in a minute. Like, you know, it's bound to mean something to me eventually. Right, let's see where we are. Mortgage application. New Jersey. New Jersey breeds vengeance. Long story. Budapest, 1971. I like the art style. Simple but effective. It does exactly what it needs to do. Okay, maybe there really is a wake-up dead man kind of vibe here. Nailed it to the door, not the priest! I mean, I suppose it kind of gets the message across, but the doors are gonna stay there longer. Just saying. Don't mind me, I have my cynic hat on today. Queens, New York, 1971. Leaky roof.
Maybe want some supper, Mr. Perlman?
No, thank you, Mrs. Muller.
Soon, boy. Soon. Just one last case.
Until what? You actually get a paycheck? Well, that's the case. Goals. Navigate. Navigate left and right by using the arrow keys, WASD. You also click on the side and use the hand. Go back to your board, click any piece of pinned evidence. Can I read the letters first? I mean, I'm glad I'm getting some actually significant tutorial here, but oh, you can actually scale to read. That's actually really helpful and a really good accessibility thing. I know that I can manage on the middle ground because I got my new glasses, but for people who need larger print, that's actually really good. Sorry, I tend to think about the accessibility options out of sheer necessity, if nothing else. Let's see. When spouses stray, fathers vanish, or lovers leave without forwarding addresses, many turn to the courts. I mean, for that last one, I'm sorry. I'd just be like, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you, okay? But for those seeking answers with a bit more urgency, Saul Perlman remains the city's quiet constant. A veteran of the private investigations trade, Perlman is known for his calm demeanor, sharp eye, and unmatched success rate in locating the absent, whether romantically, financially, or legally inclined to disappear. More recently, his talents have been put to use by the NYPD in Queens, where he has assisted in several fraud investigations. According to sources, Perlman's meticulous approach has helped identify multiple suspects now facing formal charges. I just follow the facts, Perlman said. If that leads to someone dodging rent or running Ponzi schemes, so be it. Everyone's hiding something. It's just a matter of looking in the right filing cabinet. Okay. Oh, open window. Close window. Turn off lamp. Turn on lamp. Oh, you can. You can technically change the radio station, but it doesn't actually do anything. Okay. The safe in the corner doesn't light up. Evidence journal. Italian bishop found murdered. Boy discovered in front of altar. May 1st, Bishop Vincenzo Tura was found brutally stabbed to death in the early hours underneath the altar at St. Matthias Church, Budapest. Authorities have not determined a cause, although the ferocity of the attack may suggest ideological motives. Scrawled above the altar was the word Ratline. People are continuing to look for leads in the lead. Sign the name, click on the first name or surname. I'm on a target. Okay, I don't understand quite what you mean by that. Okay, but doesn't help. Click on the first name or surname tab on a target. Search and drag it to the character. What? Complete all evidence and hit option. Okay, location. Streets, Amsterdam. My regards from the Garden State, looking for your help picking up a wanted fugitive. Bill Campbell's a fraudster and identity thief. He likes to move towns regularly, reinventing himself. My suspicion is that his new alias will hold up to casual usage, but he probably needs to use his real name for other things, financial, legal. Look out for any evidence that leads you to him. Please could you pick out his new alias, first and last names, plus his current location. Tour is a hit. Proud owner and soul. Tour leader. I guess this would be a dude, probably. Listing owner B. Campbell. I'm not sure what I'm asking for specifically. Sorry, hang on. Okay, so you're telling me what to do, but you're not precisely telling me how to do it. Press and hold the question mark below to give it again. So wait. I can go back here. Gallery Amsterdam be it? So, I'll go with... Ah. This is an evidence hint. Click the button below. Use these hints to find new evidence or conversations. Click again. This hint gives hints. Once again, my solution on how to find it. You can now exit. Company location is mentioned in the bus tour article. Next. That would be Camden. And that would be Camden, New Jersey. Correct. Okay, great. Dear Dan, I tracked down Bill Campbell in Camden, New Jersey. He's been running bus tours under the name of Peter Giacometti. Seems like the tours haven't been doing all that well as he's been pawning items, including his son's watch, to make money. Looking forward to working again, sending my bill separately. Whilst reusing the tab button, finish day. Okay. Click the bed icon to finish your day or look around, whatever. I think I've seen everything I need to see. Calling it a day. Oh, pity's sake, this again. That should be better. Sorry about that. Hello? Is this Perlman? It's 3 in the goddamn morning. That's what it is. I am not joking, Mr. Perlman. Yeah, nor am I, buddy. What do you want? Mr. Perlman, may I ask, what does the Ratline mean to you? The Ratline? Never heard of it. Sounds like a pest thing. How about Bishop Chura? Huh? You have an article about him on your wall. Did you know that Bishop Chura was a former member of the Nazi Party? Hang on 1 second. Get back to that bit about you spying on me. Who are you? He wrote extensively about how the Catholic Church and National Socialists could become allies. Later he put his words into action. How so? Bishop Chura was in the business of human cargo. On the night of his death, he had on him a list of Nazis he smuggled out of Italy after the war. A list. That's what the Ratline is. A passage to freedom for the perpetrators of human misery. Chura was a key helper. How did he manage that? He used his influence to remove them from prison, hid them in his monastery, secured documents, and arranged transport. Capable guy. What does this have to do with me? Mr. Perlman, I must be brief. We have a list, but we need an outside source to help us. You are well known as a top sleuth. Ha! Buddy, I don't know who you think you're talking to, but... Do you want to go after them, Mr. Perlman? These Nazis? These killers? Many of them live comfortably, growing old and fat. They believe they are beyond our reach. And this may be our last chance. We'll start feeding you names. With each case, you'll receive a dossier. When you're done with one, the next will follow. This continues until they're all found. Hey, just a second, wait. You know, we can do a retainer. This won't be cheap, but I can work something out. Good night, Mr. Perlman. Await our contact. Oh, for pity's sake. Marathon men. Flip a document. Some documents can be flipped. Click on the arrow to see what's underneath. This will open as a separate window for easy comparison. Okay. No. Okay, that should be click on the arrow, but I don't have an arrow to click. That's preview document. No. Okay. Diego Rodrigo. Pen. This is what they mean by auto dial. I see. So it's 09134200. Okay. Hello, is this Diego? It is. A pleasure to meet you, Mr. Perlman, is it? Yes, it is. I believe you've been looking into the Schultz brothers? I have. My brief was to look for German dentists in Buenos Aires. I don't mean to alarm you, but there are a lot of them. I've really had my filling. I'm sure that should be Phil, or that's a particularly unfortunate pun. Aha, aha. Oh, I see. Intentional, horrific pun. I see. It's a little joke, you see. Like fillings that... Yeah. No, I get it. Anyway, I have one promising candidate. A Dr. Schmidt. What can I help you with? Tell me more about Dr. Schmidt. As a dentist. Dr. Schmidt is a practicing dentist of some renown in Buenos Aires. I should know because I've become his patient. He's quite chatty in between sessions with the drill and pliers. How the fuck much dentistry do you need? Do you know Schmidt's first name? I have not been able to discover it. He has no certificates in his office. Highly suspect, if you ask me. I've never encountered a dentist who didn't want to parade his honors. I'm sorry! You're actually going to have dentist... I get wanting to go after your man, but to have actual dentistry done by someone who can't prove he's actually been to dentistry school? The fuck? That's just... no. Dentists who actually went to school... I don't care! They still had dentistry school in the 70s! Does he have any family? He speaks fondly of his older cousin in Canada. Apparently, his older cousin pioneered a rather celebrated new technique called an oronectomy. Dr. Schmidt also claims to have played a role. You know much about it? Me, no, but Nico, a charming fellow patient visiting from Paraguay, spoke highly of the same procedure he had with Dr. Schmidt last January. So, how are we going to track his cousin, a dentist in North America? Dentists in Canada need to conform to national certification, so he'll likely have retrained. I'd suggest speaking to the National Dental School and taking it from there. I mean, yeah, I suppose there is also the fact that it's Buenos Aires, but I still wouldn't... It's not even so much the 1970s, it's the fact that it's Buenos Aires in the 1970s. I mean, I still wouldn't have my teeth actually worked on by a person without the certificates, you know, I'm just saying. Thanks, Diego. Does he have any distinguishing marks? Apart from the beard, no, I don't think so. That's all I need to know. Thanks for your help, Diego. My pleasure. I appreciate your war on dentists. The gums of Navarone, if you... Oh my god, no. 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 I have a friend who does... I'm sorry, uh, you might remember, like, a little over a week ago, I did Void Martyrs, and I actually went and I filled in the survey that they asked us to do. And at the very end of it, they asked us to give nun-related puns for the end credits. And so I just went, puns, I have none, N-U-N, get thee to a punnery. Everybody thinks that was bad, but look at this! This is so much worse! I'm just saying! Buen dia, Diego. Evidence added to your file, okay. Yes, flip a document, but I haven't... Ah, Dr. A. Schmidt, current patient list. Still no arrow. Can close that. What do we have here? Using documents. Pinning evidence. Transcripts. Diego Rodriguez tailoring. Okay. Those don't move. Okay. No arrow, can't flip that. Arrow, flip document. Safe passage assured to D. So that's gotta mean something. Okay. And you're not letting me flip back? Oh, I see, because it opens in a separate. Ralph Schultz and Fritz Schultz. So, dear Friedrich, I heard you are shipping out tomorrow my undying love for my two blessed boys. Please make sure you and your brother shaves your beards before then. You must be the only men in your unit who look so slovenly. Also tell Ralphie to wash his face daily to stop infection. The dental exam results came back. I am so proud. When the war is over, you can follow in Ralphie's footsteps. So Ralphie has a scar. Ralph Schultz. That has to be him. Hang on. Did I get... So that's... Schmidt, probably closer to... Or I just spelled the thing wrong. Oh, let's attempt with Schmidt. Complete all evidence hints, get optional. So that must mean that the problem is, so yeah, triangle, triangle, half circles. So they must... no. So wait. Letter states... Oh, I see. That's Friedrich. Name. Huh. Right. Okay, so that's not helping. Schultz, Rodriguez. Okay, well, I've got the pictures. It must be something starting with an A, but I don't have any concept of what that would be because those don't match up. So what else have I got in? Article on Saul Perlman, Schultz Brothers docket, squad photo, Friedrich Smith patient list, flipped squad photo. Sure, D. Okay, well, see if there's any of those that I can actually call. Read Diego's transcript. Dentists need to recertify when they move countries, so... Is anything about... Canadian Dentistry Organization, right, so that's 305 433 196. Canadian Dental Organization, provider of top-notch instruction from coast to toothy coast. Oh, lovely. Yeah, fair enough. Hello, who am I speaking with? This is Natalia. I'm the senior administrator at the CDO and Dr. Schaefer's personal assistant. How can I help? Natalia, I'm looking for a passing acquaintance I met in Buenos Aires, a German dentist working in Canada. Sure, you're a dentist yourself? I am not. Sorry, my name is Saul Perlman. Superman? No, Saul Perlman. Sorry to disappoint. I'm afraid we've had many Germans pass through our esteemed halls. I cannot necessarily help you. Anything else I can help you with? Tell me more about the CDO. We're headed up by Dr. Herring. He's out right now. The CDO trains and certifies all dentists who want to work in Canada. We work with a variety of student dentists as well as mature expatriates who want to work here. Where do your expatriates come from? Oh, everywhere. England, France, Argentina. Lots of South Americans, though very few of them native. Thanks. Tell me about the oronectomy. The oronectomy is a groundbreaking procedure in humane cavity replacement invented right here in Canada. It's a little technical, but you take a drill and put it deep into the crown. Typically, it's done in 2 stages, a year apart, to allow for regrowth. Who invented this work? Well, I can't give you direct info on our members, but there was an exciting conference in Montreal recently that honored the creators. I'll send you some materials once we're off the call. I'll also tell Dirk you were asking about his work. Thanks. In fact, there was another doctor there from Buenos Aires. Perhaps you know him? Although I'm forgetting the name. What about you? What's your story? Truthfully, I want to be a folk singer. Do you listen to folk music? You mean Bob Dylan, Neil Young? Oh no, that's far too commercial. I do a lot of traditional Canadian working songs. We've got a little commune out of town. This pays the bills. I see, thanks. I also sing a lot about the danger of candy, for kids mostly. If you want to know what it can do to teeth, you should talk to my friend Beth at the Five Pieces place. The horrors. Ah, I haven't had those in years. Many thanks, Natalia, for the tooth and nothing but the tooth. Very nice. You have a good day, sir. New evidence added to file. Wonderful. Okay, so... So, Dental Innovator 1971. And this must be the other guy. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Key speakers. This year, key speakers Covered a wide range of subjects, including the emerging technologies in Root Canal by Emerson, Brace Yourself, Orthodontistry in the Age of Bubblegum by Irving, and Challenges in British Dentistry by Forsyth. All were highly entertainment and informative. This year's grand prize went to Dr. Muller for his work on the oronectomy procedure. Flying in late from his surgery in Toronto for the photo op, the esteemed Dr. Muller shared a few choice words. I couldn't have done it without my brilliant cousin Alex. Special thanks to those made Hargreaves filler, Groves enamel replacement, Jones and Jones, who blah blah blah. Okay, so we're talking. So that would be Alex. Schmidt. And he would be well, I'm only getting Muller, so don't have move that. Current location would be Buenos Aires. So I've got him, it's just the other dude. Why is there always this bald guy? Cousin. So Nico. Okay, so it's a matter of finding Dr. Muller. I don't think we have him, so and Schroeder. Don't try S. Nope. Okay, so that's not helping particularly. Okay, conference photo. Names are not happening. Dirk. Because that was saying, so that would be Toronto, wouldn't it? Oh, well, there you go. And yeah, just to, because I did notice your comment about that. I know it's looking for the aliases, but if I keep their actual names up, I can keep track of them. You know, it helps to, for some reason, it helps me to think about who they actually are and have that note up there so that when I come across the information about, particularly when you've got two people, you need to figure out which alias goes with which. So there you go. I found the two dentists, Ralph and Fritz. Ralph is a highly decorated dentist living and working in Toronto under the name Dick Muller. He pioneered a procedure called the ornectomy, for which he has received significant acclaim. His younger brother goes by Alex Schmidt. He lives in Buenos Aires. Best soul. Okay. This feels like such an Ethan game. This is very much the logic problem, just with a little less structure. Your search tool can now search the New York Public Records Library. Okay. Not that I'm looking at anything specific. New evidence hints. I'm probably not going to be able to do this whole thing we're getting on, and it's going to be hell tomorrow, but let's have a look at the Mr. Perlman. We are now on the trail of Annalise Hoffman and her lackeys, Helmut Schlosser and Wolfgang Fischer. The daughter of a wealthy and well-connected family, she is a target of utmost importance. We have secured you access to the archives, a wealth of searchable documents that may aid your investigation. Our regards, no name given. Wedding picture. Pellicott and Partners. A lot of this way up. So that's interesting. So we'd probably be looking up Pellicott and Partners and the Siegfried. Nope. Okay. How are we? Why is nothing turning up? Oh, there we go. Pellicott and Partners. Let's see what they have to say. Oh, I can use the number pad. Good to know. Hello, George Martinique of Pellicott and Partners. Hello, my name is Saul Perlman. I've received a document regarding the Hoffman family with your law firm's stamp on it. Ah, yes, wait one moment. How can I help? Why do you have this photo? Mr. Perlman, do you know what a private archive is? No. Say there's a very rich family, for example, the Hoffmans. They might wish to have a place to store the enormous amounts of documentation stemming from their personal affairs, somewhere confidential, so it can't be found easily. Exactly. Proof of business malfeasance? Sometimes, but also more personal affairs, fallouts, illegitimate children, drug problems, identities. I'm struggling to follow. How? How are you struggling to follow? Are you a nit? My apologies. Pellicott and Partners represented the Hoffmans' business until we were ousted in a recent corporate restructure. We also served as a personal archive. You know where the bodies are buried. Exactly. That photo is from the secure archive. It was deposited there many years ago. The reason you have it is certain partners, myself included, feel that more light should be shed on the Hoffman family's broader activities. What are those broader activities? For example, the Hoffmans run cafes, restaurants, stores. I've met a number of their regional directors. They have surnames like Rodrigo, Savelli, Giroux. What do you think their accents are? German. You are smart. They all have strong German or Austrian accents and are roughly 50 to 60 years old. You think the Hoffmans are hiding people inside their companies? I do. Including family members. That I couldn't say. What was the restructure about? I think there was a big scandal. I heard little, and it was all covered up quickly. After that, a lot of people were moved around, and we were cut off. What can you tell me about the Hoffmans? Very rich Swiss-Austrian family. Father Franz and Mother Elizabeth, one daughter Anneliese. What did you say they run? They specialize in food and drinks. They have restaurants and stores all over Europe. Touristy, popular with Americans. I am American. And I apologize for that. I think a whole terrible lot of people are apologizing for that at the moment. And this is, like, so long ago. I mean, let's face it. An American is smart. Americans are dumb, panicky animals, and everyone knows it. Is that all their business interests? I believe they've recently started a U.S. chain of pawnbrokers and discount stores. Grubby stuff. How about Anneliese specifically? Well, yes, always shout off MIB. Will Smith might occasionally have some issues, but the movie was good. I can deal with issues. I can't so much deal with the turf witch, but we're not talking about that today. Anyway, Anneliese specifically, she was the joy of the Hoffmans. A ski champion, concert pianist, ballerina. Not a particularly nice person, though. How? How do you say she treated people like property? What was the state of her marriage? Tempestuous, to say the least. How about Schlosser and Fischer? Helmut Schlosser was high up in the Austrian command chain. Very tall and handsome man. He was also vain and cruel, capable of days-long rages. Oh, joy! So, not your typical Nazi, then. Very good. There are stories in the archives of him beating up his servants, kicking his dogs, all qualities that endeared him to high military command. Is this just the armed services all over? Really? And Fischer? Fischer is a murkier figure. He was a close friend of Schlosser, but less so with the Hoffmans. He wasn't at Anneliese's and Helmut's wedding, for example. I think he was deeply in love with Anneliese. I've gleaned from some letters that this was, to some extent, mutual. If they were having a fucking affair, they were lovers, and there you go. That I cannot say. Part of the photo contains coded symbols. I can't help with that, but you should have a look in some archives for anything you have seen in the picture. Plus check if you've seen these symbols before. Thanks, George. That's all, thanks. A pleasure to speak to you, Mr. Perlman. I'm going to send you a few things to look at. I hope they help. That's great. Take care. Now that's the thing. I thought the okay, that's interesting. What in the name of hell is that supposed to be? So she already knows that I need to understand about things your parents discuss in polite circles and other intellectual things that I study or love. Ava. Okay. Baby sister? Dearest Annalise, I'm sorry to hear about Helmy. Oh, daughter. We can handle arrangements, but you need to leave Europe as soon as possible. We have a new opportunity that could provide you some cover. The first name, however, will have to stay. Please take care. Your cousin, the young Master Kunst, inquired after you. He is terribly fond. What a shame this all is. Love, Ma and Pa. Okay. Yes, transcripts, evidence. Because one thing I did notice was the flipped squad photo had those half circles under the people that were being flipped who were being hidden. So, but not so much that there. WFSH. Archie. Because, yeah, there's a name needed to stay. It's Annalise Hoffman. And that's probably the new initials. But I'm not going to get that done in like 10 minutes. So, I mean, as you can obviously tell, I'm vibing with this one. Although, can I just flag up, now that I'm actually looking at it and thinking about it, that is the dumbest fucking place to put a wall safe. Because look at what is outside that window. Outside that window is the wide, wide world. There can't be a safe there unless it's sticking out of the building. I get that they want it to look a certain way, but could they, like, put it on a wall that's not? I mean, come on! It doesn't take a genius! I mean, granted, it took me a while to notice it all because I was focusing on the mystery, but when I come up for air from my hyperfixation, I'd like for there to not be this glaring stupid. I am just saying. Beyond that, I mean, the radio is fun to faff around with, but it'd be nice if moving it did anything. You know, kind of like those things you can have in. Actually, there's lots of different games where you can switch the background music around. Well, it hasn't changed the music for me. Yeah. And not that it really matters all that much. It's mostly background noise, and for stuff like this, I normally turn it all the way down and listen to, like, YouTube reaction videos going on in the background, so but yeah, it very much has the vibe of one of those logic puzzle types of things with a few added visual bits and pieces. You know, so it's obviously digging for clues, putting them together in the appropriate ways, and it's definitely a nice little workout for the brain, which I can appreciate. So, yeah, I think that one is definitely going on the list. I have to check out some of their other games too, because again, I mean, Lucas Pope is the master at these kinds of games. So if this is something that he can appreciate, then yeah, maybe I should look at more than just the one that I did the demo for, and maybe some of the other ones have demos. It's a distinct possibility. I mean, the Ratline is already out, and you know, if you say haven't played it already, it's still there if you wanted to try to see how you fare with some of the puzzle stuff. I mean, you've seen some of the answers, but given a lot of neurospicy, I doubt anyone will remember in 3 days. But myself included. But anyway. Remember, my opinion is not the be-all and end-all, and sometimes the feel of playing can make or break enjoyment, so seriously, try before you buy, even if you've watched somebody else play a game with a very distinct endpoint. For those who like a text-based and digression-free review, that'll be up on my Ko-fi page shortly. No paywall, I do it for the love of the games, but, toss folks in my general direction if you like what I do. I like the company. And, obviously, anytime during the chat, or hell, in my page, in my Ko-fi page, throw more suggestions for demos at me if you got them. I am happy to check out stuff that people who've been introduced to me through friends that I know have taste might find interesting. Because, I mean, fine, okay, I have like 70-odd demos waiting to be played in my demo collection, but I can always find room for more. It really is too many snack foods have had the bet you can't eat just one kind of thing. I think Pringles was the most recent. Anyway, the review will have the embedded VOD, which will be on YouTube to join the gallery of various bits of flail, yelling at devs for whatever reason, all the rest of it. So, if you joined late or just fancy coming back to it later, I guess it kind of qualifies as a walkthrough for if you get stuck. But its hint section is good enough for that. I actually like that, the whole, 2 chances, and if you're really stuck, you get the answer, because that's a thing that I think more games like this need to do. Like, you don't have to use it, but it's there if you need it. And I know there's a lot of those gamers, TM, who hate that kind of thing. And I'm definitely not advocating for things like, I believe it was Sony who talked about a version that will let the AI play for you or something. Which, I mean, I'd prefer skip the combat entirely than have the AI do it for me. I don't care how much it hurts. Or, I just won't play it at all. I'm not one of those get good people, but, there should be the option of skipping or very, very easy. God mode or something. You don't just let the plagiarism engine try to beat the game for you. That's God mode with extra steps, and all of them taken away from you and given to the cause of, like, setting the earth on fire. Anyway, I'm not sure how this week is going to look at my human-coded day job. It depends entirely on how my fellow coworker goblin actually did anything over the weekend. But assuming that I have the spoons, Wednesday will see me streaming the demo for Blooming Suspicion, the witchy plant-related mystery dating sim thing I promised the other week. It'll probably be more me yelling at protagonists, especially after the conversation we had in my D&D Discord chat about why sometimes those kinds of coming-of-agey, mystery-ishy kind of things sometimes get tripped up by the mechanics. So that's all on my mind at the moment, and my friend in the industry is trying to encourage me to write an essay about the whole thing, which is partly his fault because he brought it up again anyway. Never mind. Hopefully me yelling at protagonists and talking about the difference between, like, visual novels and interactive story and what fits into what category and what is not objectively better, but more the writing focus ish. It's going to be a long bit of me being media studies at it, I'm fairly sure. So it should at least be interesting, and I hope to see you there. Until then, or until next, have a good one.